Hello friends, today we are going to continue chapter number 15, economic development, lecture number 11. Friends, up to now in this chapter we have discussed about the importance of this economic development, how each and every country aims at the development related to economy. As we all know, economy is important for each and every country. Without economy, even our house, we cannot run even our livelihood. For surviving, economy is very important, and that is why to run any country and to move our country forward towards the path of development, the development in economy is very much important. And for improving the economy of the country, there should be improvement in the three indicators, that is our national income should be increased, the per capita income should be increased, as well as the standard of living of the people should be also increased. It should also be high. If all these three indicators are increased and if it's go high, then only we can consider there's an economic development in our country. Friends, we have already understood about the difference between economic growth and economic development. There is a difference between economic growth. If at the first stage, whatever development we are making, right, that is considered as economic growth. Up to we reach at our goal, at our aim, that is called economic growth. After reaching our target, whatever increment we are doing, that is considered as economic development. We have already understood about the three major differences in our previous lectures. We also understood that each and every country aims at economic development, not economic growth, because increase in quantitative aspect is not sufficient. For the growth of any country, qualitative aspect of that country is very much important. It is very much important for any country to increase the quality life of the people of their country. And that is why here it is said the standard of life of that particular people of that country should be increased. So friends, when we are talking about the qualitative life of the people, here the basic necessities or the basic infrastructure facilities of the countries should be given to the people, like proper transportation, proper medical facility, proper education, proper communication facilities. So each and every thing is available in proper quality and quantity, then we can consider as the country as have achieved economic development. Friends, we also discussed why this economic development is important. It increases the per capita income. We learned about some of the basic features of the developing economy, like less per capita income, population growth, dependence on agriculture, poverty, unemployment, dual economy, unequal distribution of income, lots of such things, and the form of international trade. These were some of the features of the developing economy. We can see such kind of features in any developing countries as well. Friends, this is the clear example of the developing countries. We also discussed about the economic and non-economic activities. Economic and non-economic activities. Any activity done by a person on the purpose of economic gain, then it is considered as economic activity. Any activity done without the purpose of achieving any economic gain or monetary gain, then that activity is considered as non-economic activity. Friends, we also discussed about the three sectors of economic: primary sector, secondary sector, and the service sector. Any activity related to agriculture or agro products, that is considered as primary sector, like cattle rearing, cattle breeding, right? These all are considered as primary sector. Secondary sector or industry, we can say, whatever manufacturing is done from a small pin to gigantic machines, each and every activity, each and every work is considered in secondary sector. All the activity that provides service to us, that are considered in service sector, like banking, transportation, communication, education, entertainment, tourism, these all are considered in service sector. We also discussed that all these sectors have a difference in the economy, in the income as well. There is more income in service sector comparing to other sectors or like primary and secondary sector. Primary sector has low income than other secondary and service sectors. After that, we also learned about the factor of productions, in which we discussed about land, capital, labor and entrepreneurship. We learned that all the natural resources that are used as a factor of production are considered as land. We also discussed that about the capital, which is considered as man-made resources. All the man-made resources that are used in the factor of product as a factor of production for the purpose of production, that all are considered as capital. Then we discussed about labor. Any person doing any kind of mental or physical work is considered as labor, in which we discussed about a teacher, doctor or a craftsman, artisans, each and every person is considered as labor. And the last factor of production that we understood, that is entrepreneurship, in which we discussed that a person who combines all these three factors, that is land, capital and labor, is called entrepreneur, and the work taken by this entrepreneur is called entrepreneurship. So friends, we discussed about that. In the previous lecture, we discussed about the problem faced by the world in the distribution of resources, in which we discussed about unlimited wants, we discussed about the limited resources, we discussed such kind of factors, such kind of problems that are faced in the distribution of resources. Friends, today we are going to cover the topic that is market system or market mechanism system. Let us move towards a new topic, that is market mechanism system. Let us learn today market mechanism system. Or we can also say market economy, market mechanism system or market economy. Here it is said market mechanism system or market economy is an economic system in which, if we talk about market mechanism system or market system, it is a system in which economic decision and the pricing of goods and services are solemnly guided by the interaction. All the prices and services are solemnly guided by the interaction of a country's individual citizen, citizens and businessmen. Here it is said that a market mechanism system or market economy is an economic system. This is one type of economic system in which economic decision, all the economic decision, that what price should be kept, how much production should be done, these all economic decision in the market about the pricing of goods, means what prices should be kept to sell this product, and the services that are solemnly guided by the interaction of country's individual citizen and businessmen. The citizen and businessmen decide that what should be done with the production of goods and services, what prices should be done, how much production should be done. This all is decided by the interaction of individual citizens and the businessmen. Here we see no interference of the government. Here we can see all these things are decided by the interaction of country's individual citizen and businessmen. Here it is said, market system is also called capitalist system. Market system is also called capitalist system, right? Its other name is capitalist system. Government hardly interferes in this system. Government hardly interferes in this system. It does not make any specific economic policies for the system. Means here, if you understand this point, government hardly interferes in this system. Government interference is not there. Government does not make any type of economic policies. They do not make any type of economic rules, any type of economic policies are not made by the government to run any kind of business or to make any kind of production. Here, market system is also called capitalist system. Why this system is considered as capitalist system? Because as we can see here that here it is seen that most of the pricing of goods and service are solemnly guided by the interaction of country's individual citizen and businessmen. Here the citizens are free to take any decision, and due to that reason the person survives. Only that person can survive in the market who has a good capital with it, because here the competition is clearly seen in this market system, and to survive in the competition that person only can survive in this competition field who has a good capital with it, and that is why this system is also considered as capitalist system. Government hardly interferes in this system. Friends, here it is said that competition plays an important role in this capitalist system. As I told you just in the previous point, that we can see a clear competition in this market, as the individual citizen or the businessmen are free to take any decision related to the production. That means they can keep whatever price they like, they can make whatever production they want, they can produce whatever things they want, and there was no restriction of the government. Due to that, the person who is more capable to invest more capital in their business that can only survive in the market, and that is why the competition is clearly seen. If there is two shops just nearby, if one person is investing just 10 lakhs and the other person is investing 50 lakhs, then obviously it will be difficult for the person investing 10 lakh to survive in the competition with the person investing 50 lakh. So here competition plays an important role. Here it is said competition plays an important role in this capitalist system. Owing to the competitive market, here it is said, owing to the competitive market, the owner, owing to the competitive market, here it is said, the owner of the production house has to, the owner of the production house has to increase the working capacity, has to increase the working capacity to the greater extent, to the greater extent. They have to increase the capacity to the greater extent in order to obtain maximum profit. Friends, here it is said that as competition plays a very important role in this market, owing to this competition market, the owner of the production house has to increase the working capacity. They have to increase their working capabilities, right? They have to increase their production and to survive in this, to gain maximum profit and to survive in this capitalist system or capitalist system or this competition market. Let us understand about the allocation of resources in this market system. Allocation of resources. Let us understand about the allocation of resources. The allocation of resources are done. The allocation of resources are done or allotted on the basis of scope of profit. Here, whatever resources are invested, whatever resources are used, they are used by keeping in mind about the scope of profit, that what profit they are giving. According to the profit, these resources are allotted, these resources are used. Production and activities related to production and the activity related to production lies at the center of this market system. Here it is said, production and activities related to production lies at the center of this market system. Means production and the activity related to production is always at the center. So people invest. So due to this reason, here it is said, people invest in those industries where people invest in those industries where they find more scope of profit. Here friends, it is clearly said, people, due to this reason, as people only look about the profit in this market, profit is always at the center, and due to that reason, people also invest only in those industries, that in the industry which give them more profit. Where there is more profit, people invest in such kind of industries only. Here it is said, market is completely free in this system. Market is completely free in this system. Here the market is completely free. There is no interference of the government in this system. This method has encouraged the researchers. This method has encouraged the researchers to establish. This method has encouraged the researchers to establish several new methods of production. Due to this reason, the researchers established several new methods of production. As a result, production increases at maximum level. Here it is said, as a result of it, production increases at maximum level, because this method has encouraged the researchers to make more and more production, and that is why production increases at maximum level. This leads to fast economic development. This leads to fast economic development. Friends, here it is said that people invest in those money where they can see more profit, and due to this reason, people only invest in those factories, those industries which are giving them more profit, due to which the researchers are always interested in making several methods of productivity, and as a result, production increases at maximum level, because each and every people are interested in making more and more production. That is why production increases at maximum level. This leads to fast economic development in any country, because here all the necessary production are increased at maximum level. Before the requirement arises of their production, already the production has been made of that particular want, and that is why here it is said the fast economic development is seen in this allocation of resources in this market mechanism system, or we can say capitalist system. Here, now let us understand about the conclusion part of this market mechanism system. Friends, here if we look at the conclusion of this market mechanism system, here in the conclusion we can say, in market system, if we talk about the conclusion, in market system, competition controls controls the whole market, like the invisible hand. Here it is said competition plays a very important role, and that is why here it is said competition controls the whole market, and it is like an invisible hand that is not seen, but it plays competition plays very important role. That is, here it is said the government does not interfere. The government does not interfere in this system or market. The government does not interfere in this system or market, and so it is also known as free economy. As the economy is free, the businessmen and the individual citizens are free to take the decision, and that is why this system is also known as free economy. So friends, here understood about the several names like market mechanism system, market system, capitalist system, and one more name of this system, that is the free economy system, or we can say the free economy. Countries like, if we talk about the countries, America, England, Japan, etc. countries followed this market system. Friends, here we say countries like America, England, Japan, etc. they followed this market system in the past. Here clearly you might have understood how this market mechanism system is playing an important role. Simple market mechanism system or market economy is simple. Here the individual or the citizen, businessman can take his own decision, no interference of the government. That is why competition plays a very important role. Only the person having good amount of capital can survive in this market of competition, and that is why here clearly this system is also called competition, a capitalist system. Here the economy is totally free. Here the major aim is in the maximum production. That is why the production is made at the maximum level. That is why a quick economic development is seen in this type of market. Competition plays a very important role like an invisible hand in this market. Person who survives in this competition can make profit, otherwise he faces loss. And that is why here government interference is not there. The economy, the decisions are totally free by the individual or the businessman, and that is why it is considered as, it is known as free economy as well. Countries like America, Japan, England, they follow this market mechanism system. So friends, you might have understood about this market mechanism system. Thank you.